Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐑𝐄, where we talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the court time of 9:05 a.m. on the Eastern Time on Wednesday, November 16th. Hope you guys have a good week so far. We're halfway through the week. Ethereum closed at $1,204, down about close to 4% so far. On the overall crypto market, I would say across the spectrum, including the equity market as well, we are relatively suppressed and down at the moment. Bitcoin is currently down about 2.5%, and look at the altcoin side of the equation, we are quite, red as well. I would say across the spectrum. Seems like with respect to the negative, digestions that we've been experiencing so far from the Sam Bankman-Fried wipeout of $32 billion to now a full-blown crypto criminal investigation. People are starting to question, the value proposition of cryptocurrencies. Is this really ultimately just a big Ponzi scheme? Ultimately, this is still being worked, and this is still a relatively nascent technology that the government is still trying to get a good grasp. And at the same time, it is a relatively robust technology that is booming and innovating on a day-to-day perspective. So people are obviously, based on the psychology of the market front, with all of these news, people are definitely, becoming more, wary and questioning, and, there is some activity of pulling out from the current sell-off that we've been seeing so far, that also suppressed the liquidity of crypto in the ecosystem. In addition to that, seems like with respect to just like looking at the equity side, we are sliding as well. Not a significant amount, but still relatively suppressed. Dow Jones down 0.14%. 0.3% on S&P. Nasdaq's also down 0.5% as well. 10-year yields is depreciating back down to 3.7%, while oils are also below $90 at the moment. And why is it selling off? Because Target, which is one of the largest, commerce and e-commerce retailer, is basically reported profit decline. And obviously, with respect to the inflationary pressure, people are going to be more cautious about spending going forward, with rents being high, gas price being high, consumer products obviously on a retail perspective being high as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be foreseeing some softer landing that will also suppress their earning potential going forward. And then some other news that you're seeing across the spectrum, obviously, again, regurgitation news around, FTX or Sam Bankman-Fried, crypto empire vanishing overnight. But now it seems like this young person, and I would say Sam is not that, far off in terms of age compared to me. I actually met him in person. It's quite crazy that, I believe it was just like a couple weeks ago, Forbes that did a summit called the Iconic Class Summit, which gave him like a really nice feature. Obviously, he was on the cover of Forbes magazine, and then subsequent to that, one of my partners actually met him in Abu Dhabi for another conference called the FII conference, and it's very crazy to see how someone's I guess reputation and obviously wealth and just as their livelihood can vanish and just drop like a rock throughout the night, which is quite insane. But anyways, so let's just take a look at also the corporate investing activity. It seems like it's been a relatively buy day yesterday on ARK Invest, looking across the spectrum, definitely leaning more towards the buy side of the spectrum. And then taking a look at the BlackRock as well, just pulling this up, definitely more neutral. No changes across the spectrum, which is, I guess they're still kind of pending on what's going to be happening. Obviously, not saying Target is like a specific catalyst, but definitely still taking more of a cautious approach. So let's take a look at the technical now with respect to a current time of 9:10 a.m. on Eastern time. I do have to head out soon for a meeting in Midtown, and then I'll come back home afterwards. But across the spectrum right now, you can see that daily is still looking to glide down. We are clearly forming a reversal, getting blocked as we reach that level 42 out of 70. And weekly right now would tell us a good picture. It seems like we will see a little bit more sell-off based on just the current level right now. We need to leap down. We clearly have a three heads or three shoulders, if you may, to allow us to go further. And 1200 is not a level, as we know collectively. So the next level down should be 1050. But on the monthly, it is showing some signs of improvement. We are looking to glide up eventually. Bitcoin, it is looking to glide up eventually on a monthly, but on the weekly, you can see that clearly we still need to kind of come down before we go up, right? Triple heads clearly in play. And then also on the daily, with respect to the current setup, it is looking to kind of consolidate and then glide up eventually. But again, right, the weekly is something that we have to, start questioning about right now. So it seems like we're not completely there yet. It seems like it's still a declining escalator or excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't know, something stuck in my throat. Maybe I'm just talking too much since yesterday. You could see that clearly we got down to 15,500, and that was a resistance level. But it seems like with respect to the weekly, we still need to cross down a little bit more. So seeing even lower level after 12, like 15,500 would be likely. Seeing levels like somewhere around like 13,500 with the next level of support, all the way to like 1250, 12,500. Sorry. Okay, so it's very likely that we will see that. And also with respect to Ethereum, I think seeing like obviously 1,050 first, but you do have a gap, right? So coming down all the way to 785, specifically, can be very possible. Okay. So I do have to get going soon, but I would say a cost, just take a look at on the index front to see what's going on real quick before I hop off. It seems like on the daily it's actually quite extended for some reason. Weekly have a golden cross recently, so it is quite extended as well. It seems like, I wouldn't call this like a Santa Claus rally yet because it's still a lot of uncertainty, but it is around the holiday time period, and with respect to earnings, it's been quite mixed bagged. But today, the target result was definitely, suppressing the market, so that's why we read on the pre-market perspective. Take a look at altcoin side of the equation, just picking one out of the, let's pick Solana to see how it's going. Seems like, same thing. Daily is looking to glide up. Weekly is still negative because of the cross section you were going to be formed going forward, but it's not going to be a huge amount, but it still need to kind of glide up from here. And then monthly, same story. Okay. All right. So let me know how I can help. I do have to get going, and I am a little bit tight on timing right now, so I do have to really run out. But I appreciate you for joining me this morning, and have a good day. Take care. Bye.